Hello, and welcome to another walkthrough from Wonks. Today, we're going to talk about what exactly is DMARC policy or DMARC policy, what are the requirements, and how does it actually affect your EDM subscriber list in a negative way if you do not follow it. So in February 2024, a few months back, Google and Yahoo made it mandatory for every user or every email address that is being used to send a EDM to follow a DMARC policy adjustment at their end to ensure that it is not having any phishing or spam or fraudulent emails coming through it. So it was a very strong decision that Google and Yahoo made. The reason for being that is you must have noticed a lot of times you will receive an email in your inbox, and in the name of the email, it will say it is coming from facebook.com or google.com. But when you click on it, it's a very random email address that was used. And basically, they're trying to spam you. They're trying to take off your credit card details or giving you any fraudulent links to click on. So one of the strong ways that Google and Yahoo came up with to stop that and making it a mandatory thing for every EDM subscriber or EDM platform to have is something called DMARC policy. So DMARC policy is short for Domain-Based Message Authentication Reporting and Conformance Policy. So this may basically means your domain actually authenticates the message that you are sending out from your email. So if you think about it, if you are using platforms, EDM platforms like MailChimp or Drip or Klaviyo or Ecommerce or HubSpot, all of these platforms will actually advise you to update your DNS configuration of your domain that you are using to send the email. So you use a particular email address, info at your website domain, or sales at your website domain, whatever email address that you're using. This particular email address needs to authenticate via your domain that this is a legitimate email address and we are using this as a business to send out the emails. So I will explain how or what exactly the requirements are for what you need to do. But if you don't do it, for example, what we have noticed in recent times, the companies who did not follow the policy very clearly and were not able to update their DNS records, they noticed out of the 20,000 subscribers that they have there in their EDM list, only 3,000 of them were actually receiving an email when they send out an EDM. So that was a huge drop in their email data, in their email revenue coming from the particular channel. So that was something that can affect you as well. If you are an existing business who are using an EDM platform and you've not done the DMARC policy yet, we would strongly suggest you do that. And if you're a new business who are thinking about setting up an EDM subscriber list, you should definitely look at setting up in advance as well. So how do you configure it? So basically, the platform that you're using, MailChimp, Klaviyo, Drip, HubSpot, Ecommerce, that platform will give you a piece of text code, TXT code, that needs to be updated in your DNS settings. So, when you purchase your domain, you get a DNS configuration option where you all save all the records in that domain settings. So this DNS record is one of the TXT record that needs to be updated as part of this. So you basically pick that value from your platform, whichever EDM platform that you're using. You tell them this is the email address, this is the code, the verification code that needs to go onto it. And this is a text file, text record, and this needs to be added to the DNS configuration. So you can do it yourself if you have a domain settings access that you can make the changes. You can send it to your domain provider. If it could be GoDaddy or something like First Domains who can create the domains for you when you purchase a domain, or you can actually even send it to your web developer as well, who has bought that domain for you and who is managing those for you. So initially, a DMARC record can be set to enforce none as the value, where no action is going to be taken when the message are delivered, and all of the messages will be delivered to all of the recipients. We typically see most of the people using the same none option because you don't have to worry too much about which domain to not approve, which domain to approve. But if at a later stage your web developer suggests that there are a lot of spam coming from a particular domain and we only want to authenticate certain part of things, you can then change it to quarantine or reject certain domains that you do not want to authenticate from your address. So yeah, so that basically explains what a DMARC policy is and how it can actually affect you and what you need to do to make it work, to make it, it's a very simple thing. It only needs to be done in a very good way so that you know this is something has been taken care of. So yeah, I hope you find this useful. And please let us know if you have any questions and our team will be able to help you with everything. Cheers. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.